all your stock related queries answered by the expert. So do get ready to that. But before coming to that, let's have a look at the action happening in the market. So Cheryl, clearly the expiry move and Nifty as well as Bank Nifty actually broke very crucial levels. 18,000 broken on the Nifty as well as 42,000 was not dependent on the Bank Nifty either.
Absolutely. Very good morning to you, Shrishti, and not a great one coming in for the benchmark indices. Remember that today is the FNO expiry, so you are about to see a lot of volatility in the markets right now. If you can see on your screen, you have Nifty 50 that are actually testing the 17,900 levels as well. We all know the Nifty is trading below the 100 DMA as of now as we speak. Talking about sectoral indices, all the sectoral indices are in the negative territory. PSU Bank Index is the one that is seeing the most amount of fall in today's trading session, 3.5% down to coming in for PSU Bank Index alone, and right now at the day's lowest point. You also have the Nifty Bank that's underperforming the benchmark indices, 1.9% down to coming in for Nifty Bank. Realty Index is down about 1.7%. Power Index is taking a knock. Also the broader market is 1.5% down to coming in for the broader markets as well. If you look at the advanced decline ratio, no points for guessing, the fact being that the advanced decline ratio is very much tilted in the favor of declines. Is the Adani Group stocks that are being hammered out of shape in today's trading session, be it Adani Enterprises, Adani Ports, Ambuja Cements, ACC, which are a group company of Adani that are also under pressure in trade today. Here's Zomato that has now recovered from the day's lowest point. At one point in time, you had Zomato that was trading down by about 10%, but now it is recovered from those day's lowest point. Right now, as you can see on your screen, Zomato has recovered. It's seeing a it is now down about 6% versus a 10% fall earlier. Nifty Bank and Nifty, as you can see, it is down about 180 points from the day's highest point. So yes, weak market texture looking like it for now, Shrishti, but yes, it is FNO expiry and we are bound to see a lot of volatile moves. The second half of the trading session is what you need to watch out for. But today, we are going to put the spotlight on your favorite sector, Shrishti, and that is the auto index. Yesterday, a Maruti that came out with this quarterly numbers. Good set of numbers coming in for Maruti Suzuki. No doubt today the auto sector is falling in trade given what is happening with the markets, but not as much as the rest of the market. And Maruti Suzuki continues to hold on to some sort of a gain. Today is a big day for autos again because you have Bajaj Auto and Tata Motors.
Well, yes, absolutely, Cheryl. Though the index in the red, but if you see, as you highlighted, Maruti Suzuki is holding in green, as well as Bajaj Auto is also up just 0.5% despite a weak market. And overall, if we see the set of earnings that have come in from the likes of Maruti Suzuki as well as TVS Motors, they have very important cues out there, because despite the fall on a sequential basis in the overall volumes, not just for Maruti Suzuki as well as TVS Motors, the companies have shown resilience, especially on the margin front. And going ahead, till now what the commentary we are picking up, they are highlighting that going ahead the demand is sustaining. And for TVS Motors, they have highlighted that in Q4 the major drag point for them was the international business. In Q4 they are expecting a rebound in that particular market as well, and they expect Q4 to be better than Q3. On the back of that, you are seeing that TVS Motors is up around 2.5% and Maruti Suzuki is also in green. But moving on, as today Tata Motors and Bajaj Auto will be coming out with the numbers. For Tata Motors, it could be a turnaround kind of a story. Why I tell you? Because after 7 quarters of consecutive loss figure onto the bottom line, we are expecting, and the analysts are also expecting, that it could be a profit figure this time around. And the major point to be looked out for is the JLR EBIT margin, where we are expecting that to be with 3.4 to 3.7%. Overall, the margins are also expected to expand on a consolidated basis. 10.8% is what we are expecting. So good set of numbers, and for the past 4-5 days we have already seen the rally in Tata Motors. But on the flip side, for Bajaj Auto, onto the margin front, a 17% what we are expecting. That's flat growth on a quarter-on-quarter basis. But key will be to watch out for the management commentary, because TVS Motors is expecting a move when it comes to the international business, a better performance out there. If Bajaj Auto makes such commentary on that front, that will be a big positive for the company itself, because that has been the most important pain point for the company till now. So all eyes on Bajaj Auto and Tata Motors as well. But the big question is that after a subdued performance recently for all of these auto counters, now the move is what we are seeing in all these stock prices. So what question we are asking from the analysts is that once again, are the autos up for a run? And for that, Cheryl, let's connect with our experts now.
Absolutely, Shrishti. A lot of questions to ask our experts, Ashish Kayal on the technicals and Mr. A.K. Prabhakar on the fundamentals. Very good morning to you, Ashish, as well as Mr. Prabhakar. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. And Mr. Prabhakar, coming first to you, like Shrishti outlined, what we are expecting from the auto majors and what has already been reported. Where do you see the auto pack headed from here on? Do you think that it is worth taking a bet? And do you think that once again you can lay all your bets on Tata Motors versus Maruti Suzuki?
Yeah, good morning. No, yesterday result from Maruti was pleasant. The result was very good. And going forward also, we think, the kind of pending order book they have, that will help Maruti to grow even better. And the semiconductor problem also, the constraints have come down. And, they are launching very aggressive SUV. Jimny is one, Fronex. And, and even the management talked about it, saying that they lagged or they lost market share due to not launching SUVs. So I think they will be a bit aggressive in that. So I think going forward, we are very positive. We have a target of 10,099 for Maruti in next 12 to 15 months. Let us see how it takes forward. But Tata Motor as a stock, we don't track because there are a lot of moving parts. So we don't track Tata Motors, but Tata Motors made a statement which is very important. It is the media which has speculated, I don't know. They said, they will not discount for commercial vehicles. So that is going to be positive for commercial vehicle space. In the last 30 years where I have been tracking this market, the discount has been very heavy whenever there is a slack of demand. So if that discount goes down, then their margins are likely to improve. So in that space, we like Ashok Leyland. I think that is one company which will benefit out of it.
Okay, so those are the top picks when it comes to the fundamental side. But Ashish, coming to you purely on the charts, back then in just 1.5 months, we have seen all these auto counters dragging down from their high levels. But for now, we are seeing a rebound in all of these stocks from the likes of Maruti Suzuki, Bajaj Auto, TVS Motors. Once again, they are continuing the up move. So onto the charts, which one will be your top picks?
Hi, morning to you and all the viewers. If you look at the Nifty auto sector as a whole, we can clearly see it has been consolidating for quite some time, maybe around 6 months when the sector has been just moving in a range. That shows that the stocks within the sector are also not done much in this period of time. Now, having said that, the sector has still managed to protect its 200 days average, and I think it has been some time. We should start seeing an up move over here on Nifty auto. And it can start outperforming. The interest rates are going to be definitely putting pressure on the prices, but at the same time, the overall chart looks to be promising to me. So I think auto sector can be the space one has to be with. And if you look at stock of Maruti, we can clearly see a very strong breakout that has happened yesterday, and even today when the broader market is down, Maruti is relatively outperforming. That's a very positive sign, because when we're seeing pressure on Nifty and the broader market, Maruti is managing to sustain in the green on the upside. So that's a positive sign. So I think Maruti can head towards the level of around 9250 on the upside over short term, and possibly cross that 9750 levels also. Also, it has taken support near the 200 days average, bouncing back from there. And on the downside, the important support for Maruti comes to around 8,300. So as long as 8,300 is intact, I think Maruti can be the top pick. And if you look at Tata Motors has not done much over the past many months. It has been moving in a downward sloping channel, if you see that, and is also finding resistance at the 200 days average, but at the same time managing to show some kind of an attempt on the upside, forming an inverted head and shoulder pattern. And the target on the upside for Tata Motors comes to around 460. So over short term, Tata Motors can head towards 460, and if it manages to break that level, then we can see 520 levels also on the upside. So the chart is looking more like a consolidation for Tata Motors and more bullish for Maruti. But over the long run, I think both of these stocks should do well.
All right, over the long term, Maruti, Tata Motors should do well. Tata Motors seems to be in a consolidatory phase, but definite up move coming in for that Maruti Suzuki. But on that note, we slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. Viewers, stay tuned. When we come back, we start taking your queries.
You know, Avan at times invests.
ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
But if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline, you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
No, beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
But if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline, you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
No, beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
But if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline, you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now. And just a note for all of our viewers that now we also have the ET Now website that is live, and you can catch us live even on our website, which is live right now. So do tune in on that one as well, and you can catch all of the top stories and top videos if you have missed out on any. But apart from that, we are also live on YouTube, Twitter, as well as on Facebook, where you can reach out to us and write down your queries. You can mention your name, the stock, you should rather mention your name, the stock that you're looking to invest in. And if you already invested in the stock, do mention the time horizon that you're looking to hold the counter, the buy price, as well as the quantity. It will help our experts help you better. And if you're looking to enter the stock, then do tell us the time horizon for that as well. You can write to us on the WhatsApp number also that will be flashing on the top of your screen very shortly. But for now, let me bring on board our guest for today. We have Ashish Kayal as well as Mr. A.K. Prabhakar. Mr. A.K. Prabhakar, before we kickstart with the query segment, let me ask you the most important question. Today's FNO expiry. We are seeing a lot of volatility in the markets. And month of January has actually been that. If you have to sum up the market performance, you would say indeed it was a very volatile month coming in for our benchmark indices. In this particular market scenario, what should retail investors do to make sure that their wealth is protected?
Yeah, no, that is going to be a bit difficult because in next 1 week we will have the budget, and if there is some tinkering on the long-term capital gains or short-term capital gains, that will have some negative impact. But the result season has gone very good. There are sectors where they have stand out. For example, you take IT. Everybody was worried about the growth in IT. But they have surprised. Even Coforge in their commentary has said FY24 will be a very good year. They have guided very good. That means IT can perform from here. And even life insurance, the three major private life insurance, their result and commentary has been very positive. So there are pockets of gains which can be there. So we need to be there. But the high PE stocks have been correcting. The likes of Asian Paints and the retail segment stocks, they have corrected, but at certain point they will become value. So if you're a long-term investor, you can do a SIP in these kind of stock, where your risk is mitigated. But in stock like IT, I think 10-15% return in a year is possible. So there also you can take a bet out there, and life insurance for somebody who is looking at 2 to 3 years is also there. But this is going to be a difficult market. Maybe next 1 year, this grind is likely to continue.
So that's the advice coming in for all our retail investors. It's going to be a difficult market, but if you're looking for sectors who can outperform going ahead, so IT and life insurance companies are something that you can actually bet on. But let's move on and let's kickstart taking all your stock related queries. And the first question that we have is coming from Suhas, and Ashish, coming to you for this one. He's holding shares of SCI from a price of 142 odd levels at a mild loss right now. What will be your advice if he continues to hold on? What are some of the targets that he should be looking out for?
As far as the SCI, I think Shipping Corporation of India is the stock you're talking about. And if you look at the stock currently, I think it's quoting around 138, 139 levels. Over here, there is a possibility we might start seeing some kind of an upward move towards the level of 150. So continue to hold on as of now. And on the downside, the stop loss for the stock is going to be at 131. So it has managed to outperform for some time, but seeing consolidation over past few weeks. Now, once we see a positive close, there is a possibility of it reaching towards 150 level. So 150 is the target. On the downside, 132 as the stop loss.
This one is coming in from Manjunath, and he's holding Happiest Minds, about 30 shares at an average price of 1,081 rupees per share, and this he's been holding since May 2022. He's seeing a loss of approximately 20% on his portfolio on this particular holding of Happiest Mind. Now he wants to know, does it make sense to add some more at current levels, stay put with this particular stock for the period of the next 2 years? What's your take on this, Mr. A.K. Prabhakar? Do you think Happiest Mind stands out and makes sense for Manjunath to stay put with this holding and in fact go ahead and increase the holding?
I think holding on will be a better idea. Till this, this is going to be a new year. So the budgets will be allocated in the next 1 or 2 months. So it is better to see one more quarter before he adds on anything. But Happiest Mind, he can hold on to it.
Okay, moving on, and Mr. Prabhakar, coming to you, Subrata Ghosh is holding 4,000 shares of AGS Transact at a price of 110. Now the stock is trading near about 60 odd levels at a huge loss. Do you track this one, and would you be able to advise him on this?
No, we don't track it, so I won't be able to be in a position to comment on this.
Okay, Ashish, anything on the charts you can help him with?
See, if you look at the stock, it has been moving down sharply. It was at one point of time above that 150 levels and now gone below 60 as well. There is absolutely no recovery we can see. Rather, we are seeing a breakdown again, and the volumes are picking up with every downtick. It's best to be out from a stock like this. I know the losses are huge, but you can possibly not gain much from here. Better to use any kind of a pullback at around 60 to 63 levels to be out from the stock, and then park money in some better name stocks back.
All right, I believe we have some issue with Ashish's feed. We'll come back to it. We'll connect with you, Ashish, once again. Till then, let me ask a very simple and a very easy query that I have from Nino for you, Mr. Prabhakar. He wants to know whether is it prudent to do an SIP investment in Reliance Industries for the long term?
Yeah, I think so. No, see, Reliance Industry, it has become, to a very big now. No, once the demerger happens, then the value will be created. So doing a SIP for 2-3 years will be good, but at least for temporary, there are some pain points. So the stock might correct 5 to 10%. That will be migrated if you do a SIP.
Okay, moving on to the next one, and Mr. Prabhakar, coming to you once again. Anant Nayak is holding 50 shares of Birla Soft at a price of 440. Currently at a loss, but you were just discussing about the IT sector on a rebound. So do you like this bet, and should he expect some recovery? And the other query he has is on Birla Corporation. He's holding these shares from a price of 848 in a profit in this particular investment. What will be your advice?
Yeah, BS Soft we track. I think it is a good company. So the recovery is on process. So I don't think the valuation wise it is very attractive. So I don't think there is any problem. Birla Corporation we don't track, and we have not been happy with the performance of Birla Corp.
All right. This one is from Sri Kutan, and he's holding Redington at a price of around 183 rupees per share. He wants to know about short to medium term, what should he do, exit, hold or average? And apart from Sri Kutan, we also have another viewer who is looking to enter Redington afresh. So does it make sense? Ajay Kumar is looking to enter Redington afresh. Does it make sense? So one, Ashish, Sri Kutan is already holding it at the level of 183. What should he do? And should Ajay Kumar look to invest right now in Redington?
See, if you are holding the stock right now at 183, that's a good level. There is not much move that has happened on the downside yet. Continue to hold on with a stop loss of 169. Possibly the stock can even go towards the level of 205 over the short term. And from the medium term perspective, also the trend looks to be very promising. I think the stock has been doing exceptionally well. Some consolidation cannot be ruled out, but post that we should start seeing an upward tick. So if someone wants to enter a fresh position here, I think they can enter, because we are possibly in wave 4 for expecting a fifth leg on the upside, which can take prices towards 205 and maybe higher. And from medium term perspective, also the stock is forming higher high, higher lows, which suggests that the trend is still intact on the upside.
Let's just quickly take a note of what is happening in the markets, and now Nifty has actually indeed slipped below the 17,900 levels. A short while ago, we saw mild bounce from the day's lowest point for the markets, but now only the fall has accelerated. We've slipped below the 17,900 levels. If you take a look at the finer details for Nifty as of now and how much it has fallen from the day's lowest point, a sharp fall coming in from the day's highest point, I beg your pardon, for the Nifty. Now, Nifty is down over 220 points from the day's high. If you look at Nifty Bank, it has fallen below the 42,000 mark as well. There you go, 41,635 is where the Bank Nifty is right now. 2.5% downtick coming in, underperforming the benchmark. 1,000 points from the day's highest point is the fall coming in for Nifty Bank alone. So yes, a sharp fall coming in for the markets. FNO expiry and volatile trading day looks like it, or rather painful trading day looks like it, Shrishti.
Well, yes, absolutely. But Ashish, just wanted to check upon the levels to be watched out for, because we are seeing that the Nifty is still not able to defend. That 17,900 is also broken. So do you feel that now the selling pressure should halt at this point in time? What are the levels that you are watching up next?
Pressure we can clearly see from the word go in today's trading, and there is no attempt even to go on the upside. So bulls are not able to take price higher. The immediate support which lies on the downside, multiple support is at around 17,760, 780 levels. So I think 17,760 is a very important support that should remain intact. If that gets breached, then there can be a further chaotic sell-off that we can see. So as of now, it's wait and watch. Do not buy this market until we see a pullback on the upside, at least on 1 hour candle, because that has not happened since yesterday. On the upside, the levels to be watched is crossing back about that 18,020 mark. Then only we can expect some stability. So as of now, the selling is only intensifying, and this is being on the monthly expiry day, which is more concerning because there have been put sellers in the system at 18,000. Now the 17,900 and 17,800 put sellers will start panicking. So this is going to result into further pressure from here on. So wait for now. If you have long positions, then better be out of the market. Creating fresh positions on the short side, use a pullback to possibly sell the market for the targets of 17,760 levels.
Right, so that's the advice coming in from Ashish, given the way how the markets are panning out right now. It's wait and watch mode. Also 17,760, a very crucial level coming in for the markets. And as of now, we are at the day's lowest point. We'll slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now.
In a pre-election year, a much-anticipated budget. Will the Union Budget 2023 be a game-changer for the Indian economy as India looks to soar higher in the face of turbulent global winds? ET Now brings you an exclusive peek behind the curtain of the budget as our seasoned anchors and cutting-edge technology decode the budget's master strokes and hidden gems. From agriculture to healthcare, manufacturing to infrastructure, to explore the true potential of the Union Budget 2023 on ET Now. Rise with India.
Today, let's talk about the risks involved.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
No, beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
And if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline, you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
No, beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
And if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline, you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
No, beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
And if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline, you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever.
Welcome back to Buy Now Sell Now, and as the markets are trading near day's low, we did address the fall in the market, but let's move on and get back taking all your stock related queries. And the next question that we have coming is Mr. Prabhakar. This one is from Guru, and he's holding shares of TTK Prestige. Bought these counters at a price of 820. Wants the fundamental advice on this. How do you look the fundamentals of the company, and what price he should average out this counter?
Yeah. The consumer durable business, whatever we are seeing, there is a slowdown, or there is no major offtake. So growth is something which is stalled in the last 2-3 quarters. So I think it is better we wait for 1 or 2 more quarters to see how this segment picks up. Once the segment picks up, I think we can add more stock. This is a very good company. But at this point of time, anything which is there in consumer durables, they have not been doing very good. You take Voltas or Havels, anything. They have some pressure, and rural segment is not performing well. That is where this segment overall is not doing good. So we can wait for another 3 to 6 months before we can average.
All right, the next one is coming in from Jay Krishna. We did address about Maruti Suzuki in depth during the first segment of the show. But nevertheless, Ashish, he wants to know what's the safe entry level for Maruti for the near term?
See, over near term, if he's looking to buy, I think even around that 8,700 is a good level to possibly enter, and maintaining a stop loss around that 8,450 mark. So you get a good risk there, and then expecting a target of around 9,400, 9,500 on the upside. So the risk reward looks very promising on Maruti. So use any dip that you get as a buying opportunity in this stock.
Okay, moving on to the next one, Mr. Prabhakar. The question is from Krish, and he wants to know whether for the next 3 years he can add Reliance, REC, and HUL. We already touch upon Reliance, but on the other two counters, REC and HUL, what will be your suggestion? Is a SIP advisable in both of these counters as well?
No, REC is a very high dividend yield stock, so it takes care of few factors. So whenever you do a SIP, your price or average also is better. So I think you can go ahead and do it in REC. Hindustan Unilever, I think for we can avoid for some time and then start doing SIP, because the rural distress, whether it is likely to be a 3 months or 6 months, we don't know at this point of time. But FMCG, consumer durables, there are pricing pressure, and there is no growth coming in the last few quarters. So I think we can wait for a better entry. But as a SIP, I don't think there will be a problem. But there are better stocks in FMCG also at this point of time.
All right, this one is coming from Neha Tateja, and this one is for you, Ashish. She's mentioned 4 stocks. I would advise you to pick either two of them from there. She wants to buy Lemon Tree, Phoenix Mills, Nykaa, and Adani Ports for a swing trade. The period is for a 3 to 6 months holding. She's expecting an upside of about 20% plus. So if any of these are at attractive levels right now, and should she look to buy for a swing trade?
See, I would first advise what not to buy, because if you look at Nykaa, it has been a disaster. I mean, do not try to even buy that stock. I do not rule out it can bounce back to the extent of 10% or 15 or 20%, but the risk does not warrant it, because whoever had tried to capture that 5-10% of move on Nykaa has burnt their fingers. So avoid Nykaa for sure. Do not try to catch a low here. I do not see any attempt on the upside, and even that comes, you don't know when it's going to happen. As far as Adani Port is concerned, we can see a very sharp decline. Even in the today's session, the stock is down sharply on the lower side, more than 5%, and it's better not to catch a falling knife as of now. So even if you want to buy it from, since your time horizon is short term, I would suggest that you rather wait out right now, because the risk reward should favor. There should be some kind of a positive traction on the stock as well. So and the Lemon Tree looks to be okay for me, because we can clearly see a few other hotel stocks have been doing well, and it has managed to protect its level around 70 on the downside as an important support. So if I have to bet for that 10% kind of a move, I would still be looking at Lemon Tree, not the other stocks. And on the upside, Lemon Tree can possibly touch the level of 85, and on the downside, your stop loss has to be strictly maintained at 70 rupees.
Okay, moving on to the next one, and Mr. Prabhakar, Bharadwaj is a long-term investor, and he seems like he just entered Easy My Trip from a price of 52. He's holding 120 shares of this particular counter. What will be your advice? Because he's at no profit, no loss right now, but going ahead, what should be the expectation?
These are new tech businesses, where my understanding is not so good. But whatever I can see from the numbers, they are a profitable company. Now, yesterday also they acquired one company, online hotel booking. So they are doing many right things, but it is not easy for old people like me to get into this new tech companies. We don't understand it, how this business is growing and how things will pan out in the next 3 to 5 years. So I will leave it to the other experts.
All right. Ashish, do you want to take this one on Easy Trip by any chance?
See, if you look at the stock of Easy Trip also, it has not been very promising. So I would rather avoid, as I also said, that there is not much of a move that we see, and we have seen a sharp rise towards that 72 mark, again a sharp decline. So the investor should also be very much comfortable with this kind of risk and this kind of movement which we are seeing. So I do not see much happening in the stock. It is showing a very good, consolidation phase with a decline today. So it's better to avoid something like this. There are better opportunities lying out there rather than Easy My Trip.
All right, let me take this one from Abhishek Mehta. He wants an overview on Prestige Estates. I'm unsure if he has invested in this, but he's asking if he can see any up move in the stock from the current levels. Also, he wants an outlook on the realty sector as a whole for this year. What's your take on this one, Mr. Ashish? Mr. Prabhakar, what should someone do if they're already invested in Prestige Estates?
It is a very aggressive company. They are spreading their wings. So now for a long-term investment, I would like real estate and Prestige. But if you are looking at just 1 year, this is not the right time. When interest rates are high, I think real estate might take a break. But if you are looking at 3 to 5 years, then reality is a space to be there. So I think the growth is likely to continue. But now the sales is likely to slow, as our ground reality check is saying. So I think due to high interest rate, there might be a small pause, or the gradual growth will be there. But if you are looking at 3 to 5 years, real estate is a space to be in.
Okay, moving on, and once again coming to you, Mr. Prabhakar, because the query is on one of the result candidates. I'm talking about Indus Tower, which is down around 5% after a weak set of numbers this time around. And for the very first time, the company has reported a loss since listing, owing to the weak performance and higher provisioning. This question is from Chitra. She's holding 800 shares from a price of 210 at huge losses right now. What will be your view for the long term and for the next 2 quarters? How do you see the results panning out? Is that a hold for the next 2 quarters?
Yeah, but they have made another 2,200 odd crores provisioning, so that also needs to be written off. So 2 quarters will be bad, but this has been a highly profitable company with a very good dividend yield also previously. But because one of the company is not paying up, one of the telecom company is not paying up, they have declared a loss. So I think this is a temporary phase. Once the write-off is over, again they will be back in profit. If you recover that amount, what is written off, I think the profitability will be there. For a long-term investor who is looking at 2 to 3 years, then it is okay. But if you are looking at 6 months, kindly avoid Indus Tower.
Okay, for someone who's already purchased the stock at an average price of 199 rupees per share, this is from Ramesh M. He also has Indus Towers, about 200 shares, average price is 199. What should he do with a 1-year view then, Ashish? Should he continue to hold on to this or exit? And if he exit, he's asking is Tata Chemicals a better bet?
Indus Towers, and it had a very important support at 180, and that has been breached decisively. The stock is trading much lower. There is absolutely no positive pullback on the upside. So I would avoid buying something like Indus Towers, and if I am already invested, it's better to book out from here. And yes, Tata Chemical looks much better than Indus Tower. There is a possibility that this stock can be giving you a much better returns compared to Indus Towers, because it had been in an up move, showed some correction now. Looks like a good buy, so it's better to be moving out of Indus Towers and put money into Tata Chem.
So that's the advice coming in. But with this, it's time to slip into a short break. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and we'll be taking more of your stock-related queries.
The pandemic has seen
business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
Beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
But if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline, you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
No, beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
And if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline, you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
No, beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
And if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now. And yes, viewers, as mentioned at the top of the show as well, that our website is now live. So you can catch us live on our website as well. The new world of business is now online. Catch all the news about business, economy, and much more. All the videos and all the live interviews that are on ET Now on the ET Now website in the most simplified manner. We are live, etnownews.com.
Okay, well, let's move on and onto the queries section. It's time to kickstart the rapid fire session. And the first query that I have is coming from Chitra and pardon please, Padma Sivarao from Bangalore. And Mr. Prabhakar, he is holding shares of GNFC, 20 shares from a price of 601. What will be your advice on this one? He's currently at a mild loss.
Hold on to the stock.
All right, this one is coming in from Sailesh, and I believe he wanted to know about Asian Paints. Sorry, it's Weber wants to know about Asian Paints. What should he do if he's already invested in this, Ashish?
The stock should hold on to it and possibly accumulate more.
Okay, Ashish Vidya wants to know, is this a right time to buy Pidilite and PVR? He's a short-term trader.
For the short term, Pidilite avoid, and also PVR because we are seeing some bearish move on the downside. So avoid over short term, but from medium to long term can buy.
Okay, Sagar has PG Electroplast, a small quantity purchase of 120 rupees per share. This particular stock price has zoomed, now surpassed the 1,000 rupee mark. Mr. Prabhakar, what should he do? Should he stay put with this particular holding?
We don't track the stock.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Bharat is holding two counters. Firstly is Granules India at a price of 320 and Zomato at a price of 60 rupees. Are both of these candidates an average out for you?
No, I think no, you can hold on to both these stocks, but at this point do not average.
Okay, Dikshita wants to know about Coal India, LT Foods and Glenmark. What should she do in this particular counters? Do they look attractive to add some more right now? What's your take on this one, Ashish?
I would say you can add more onto Coal India, but avoid LT Foods for now because the stock is on the downside.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Meenakshi is looking for a fresh investment in Insecticides India. What will be your view on this one?
I will avoid.
Okay, Raja has Max India 250 shares purchase of 105 rupees per share for the short-term hold or sell. What's your take on this one, Ashish?
For Max India, it's a exit from his holding.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, Swati is holding shares of Adani Enterprise from a price of 3,550 rupees. At what price you expect the selling pressure to hold on? She's at a loss. What will be your advice?
I cannot answer this query.
Okay, no worries. Anything on the charts, Ashish?
See, we can clearly see Adani Enterprise has shown some kind of a correction. So possibly for entering around 3,200 can be a good level with 3,000 as a stop loss and target of 3,700.
All right, and with that, we're totally out of time on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. Thank you so much, Ashish, as well as Mr. Prabhakar for joining us on the show, giving us your take on auto sector, as well as resolving our viewer queries. And viewers, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. We will be back on Friday, given the fact that tomorrow is Republic Day. So happy Republic Day to all of our viewers in advance. And with that, we are out of time. So goodbye from Shrishti, myself, and the team that put the show together. Stay tuned. Markets at Noon coming up next.
You know, Avan, at times, investor and you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
No, beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
And if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline, you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
No, beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
And if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge. With each passing day, this market is becoming better, and with each passing day, this market is only telling you that if you've participated on every decline, you've actually made money.
ITC's credo is nation first, sab saath bade. I would like to live this philosophy in whatever business we do.
We continue to be very well diversified across product lines. The general health of the company continues to be very strong.
We are a publicly listed company. We have access to capital. We have great brands.
No, beautiful question. Yeah, I can tell you, we believe that we'll be able to reduce costs. ET is one of my favorites in the world. I'm a fan.
This is a very insightful question that you're asking, Nikunj, and almost seems like you were listening in on the deliberation the committee was doing. And you're absolutely right.
And if this cup of coffee is costing you 25 rupees right now, after 5 years, it may cost you 100 rupees. Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market, well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge.
In a pre-election year, a much anticipated budget. Will the Union Budget 2023 be a game changer for the Indian economy? As India looks to soar higher in the face of turbulent global winds. ET Now brings you an exclusive peek behind the curtain of the budget as our seasoned anchors and cutting-edge technology decode the budget's master strokes and hidden gems. From agriculture to healthcare, manufacturing to infrastructure, to explore the true potential of the Union Budget 2023 on ET Now. Rise with India.
Sharp downturn in the market on expiry day as volatility spikes. Nifty gives up the 17,900 mark on an intraday basis. Sensex falls more than 700 points and banks see major drubbing, with the banking index being down over 1,000 points.
It's all about earnings. TVS Motors zooms after its EV sales in the third quarter, nearly doubled sequentially. The management expects the trend to sustain. But weakness in volume growth hurts high PE stocks. like United Spirits and Pidilite.
But all eyes will be on Tata Motors today, which is expected to turn profitable after 7 quarters of losses, while Bajaj Auto could be hit by a weak demand scenario, which will be offset by some raw material cost tailwinds.
The pharma space is also in focus. Weak sales in the US generic business could hurt Dr. Reddy's EBITDA in the third quarter, while Cipla could see market share gains in select drugs. Favorable seasonality will aid its domestic business.
And Adani Group stocks under pressure as India's largest FPO is set to open on Friday. The company has set offer price at a discount of 64 rupees for the retail investors, and the anchor book has already been oversubscribed.
It's the startup wish list for the finance ministry in the run-up to the budget. Upgrade co-founder and serial entrepreneur Ronnie Screwvala says upskilling is the need of the hour. He believes half of the next 200 million jobs will be created by startups. Hello, good afternoon. You're watching Markets at Noon on ET Now.